today we're talking about something that's really exciting, and that's called
the Black experience.
What is the intersection between the Black experience and Lutheranism? Because we do know that our church body is about 95 to 97% white. And so because that is a reality, we wanted to talk to the Reverend Howard Lee Thomas.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Reverend Howard. I'm the planting pastor of Soon Third Ward Church. That's something out of nothing, Third Ward Church here in Houston, Texas. Being in the South and being Lutheran don't really work together so easily from what I experience in my context. When someone asks me, what is Lutheran? I get a little anxious because I find myself having to basically get ready to share the gospel twice. I have to share about how the Lutheran faith is a real faith. It's not a cult. It's okay. Don't get worried. Just the other day, I was asked by an owner of a business, so what is Lutheranism? And I shared that very story of Martin Luther King Jr. and his connection to Martin Luther. In 1934, Martin Luther King Jr.'s father, then named Michael King, took a trip along with a group of other Baptist ministers to Germany and toured the places where Martin Luther, the German monk, lived, protested, and ministered. He saw how Martin Luther spoke out against social injustices and translating the Bible into his own native language for his people of Germany. Michael King saw an inspiration for him as an African American that were oppressed due to the racially motivated societal injustices in America at that time. And this struck Michael King so much that he changed his name from Michael to Martin Luther. And then, of course, his son would take that name and become Martin Luther King Jr. And when I heard this, I knew I wanted to be ordained. I sought ordination in the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod.
Somewhere we must come to see that human progress never rolls in on the wheels of inevitability. It comes through the tireless efforts and the persistent work of dedicated individuals who are willing to be co-workers with God.
I just see in the Lutheran faith a lot of places where the gospel can be acted out in acts of justice and mercy. And I see Martin Luther focusing on that. God does not need our works, but our neighbors do, so that the gospel of Christ can be seen and felt.
The churches that we grew up in were always places where you didn't feel like you had to hang yourself up in order to feel comfortable in that space. I think specifically of St. Peter's Lutheran in Brooklyn, where most of our formative experiences were. At potlucks, you had fried chicken, you had green beans, you had mashed potatoes.
You had curry chicken and chicken curry, for those that know. If you know, you know.
And then we had Spanish rice. I mean, we had everything. It was a smorgasbord of food. And we brought that same energy to everything that we did, not only with food, but with culture, with the way we interacted with one another, with the worship service and language spoken in worship, everything. And those experiences wrapped together in such an authentic and beautiful way was a huge formative piece of, I think, both of us in our upbringing.
And I think one of the things that we always have to remember when we talk about the Black experience is what culture is, right? So how we view government, how we view language, how we view music, how we view the arts, how we interact with one another in our family. All of those things all play a role. And when we see that reflected in the church, not that the church is imitating culture, but rather that the church is recognizing and embracing, as Jesus did, where you're at, right? Where you're at on this side of heaven and understanding your reality. You are accepted as God made you on purpose.